She is the wildest woman of the frontier, a crack shot in buckskin, riding into Deadwood, trading gunfire and whiskey with the legendary Wild Bill Hickok, the great love of his life, buried at his side forever. It is a wonderful story. Almost none of it is true. Start with the romance, because it is the heart of the legend. Calamity Jane and Wild Bill, two frontier soulmates, even secretly married with a daughter. Later love letters seem to prove it. So how close were these two, really? Barely acquainted. Hickok arrived in Deadwood in July of 1876, already newly married to a circus owner named Agnes Lake. Weeks later, he was shot dead at a poker table. There is no record of a romance, and those famous letters were later exposed as fakes. So where did the heroine come from? A printing press. In 1877, a writer named Edward Wheeler dropped Calamity Jane into his Deadwood Dick dime novels as a pistol-packing queen of the plains. He had never met her. The character was pure invention, and it sold like wildfire. Then Jane sold the myth herself. In 1896, she dictated a life story pamphlet to hawk at dime museums, claiming she had scouted for the army and earned her name saving a captain from an ambush. His own wife wrote that the rescue never happened. And when Hickok was murdered, Jane simply wrote herself into his story. She had ridden in the same wagon train, so she began calling him the great love of her life. He was gone, and dead men cannot argue. Here is the woman under the buckskin. Martha Jane Cannary, orphaned young dirt poor, and unable to read or write. She hauled freight as a teamster and muleskinner, cooked and cleaned around army camps, and drank harder than almost any man she followed. The real Wild West even put her on stage, and it did not last. Booked into Wild West shows and expositions, she turned up drunk, cursed the crowds, and picked fights. Managers fired her again and again. She was too real for the show about the West. Between gigs, she drifted through mining towns, cadging drinks and telling ever taller tales. By 1903, she was broken sick, and she died in a shabby hotel room near Deadwood at about 51 years old. But strip away the legend, and one act of real courage remains. When smallpox swept Deadwood in 1878, Jane, already immune from surviving it as a child, nursed the dying in their tents while everyone else fled. A local doctor said the men she tended would not have lived without her, which makes her burial the cruelest joke of all. In life, Wild Bill Hickok could not stand her, so when Jane died, the old men of Deadwood laid her right beside him, laughing, because they knew it would have needled him for all eternity. The verdict: Calamity Jane was no gun-slinging heroine and no secret soulmate. She was a poor, hard-drinking teamster whose legend was written by novelists, by herself, and by pranksters with a shovel. So the next time someone calls Calamity Jane the great love of Wild Bill Hickok, remember, they barely met. The letters were forged, and she was buried beside him as a punchline. Her one true act of heroism needed no dime novel at all. This has been 300 Second History. Next time, the deadliest gunslinger of the West was really a dying dentist who could barely hold his liquor. Doc Holliday.